Hi, this is Kathleen Sproul with One Moment Center, and I am so glad you're here. One Moment Center is all about using mindfulness to transform and heal our lives so that we can be our happiest selves. Enjoy. Well, hey there, friends. Welcome back. This is Kathleen Sproul, and this is One Moment Shifts Q&A day. So we're going to do a question, and I'll give you an answer. Today's question is actually about how we can be less judgmental. So many of you probably already know that one of the pillars of a mindfulness practice is reducing judgmental thinking, reducing judgmental reactions. And actually mindfulness is about being here now in the present moment, non-judgmentally. And that judgment is about, right or wrong, good or bad, should or shouldn't, in terms of how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, the situation that I'm in. And when we can notice those and reduce those, we're more at peace. So how do we get there then? How do we get to a place where we can be less judgmental and more towards the non-judgmental part of mindfulness? I want to start with just acknowledging the reality of our human brains, that they are built to put things into categories and decide what is what, file A, file B, file C, and that's helpful for us in a lot of ways in getting us through our busy lives and just our human lives in general. So it's there in our brain and it's normal human existence. And mindfulness is about studying our mind and becoming more aware of our patterns and our tendencies and how they impact us. So that is just there already, and it's not something that we're going to ever be able to completely get rid of. It's something that we're more noticing and studying and observing about ourselves than trying to be computers or be robots that don't have judgments. So that being said, our normal brains being judgmental because we like things to be concrete and predictable and in categories, we're practicing noticing the judging mind and how it impacts us, like I was saying just a second ago, how it makes us feel and how it impacts our daily lives and our reactions, how we react instead of respond. So reacting is that more of doing without thinking, and the responding is coming from a wise place of our values and our morals. So when we can lean into a non-judgmental mindset, we might find that we're actually making wiser decisions instead of more emotional reactionary decisions. And something else that we notice, and this is sometimes how we can really be aware that we're judging, because sometimes it's hard to tell at first, when we're judging and when we're not. But when we're putting things as separate from each other, and often that means us being separate from others, because you might notice yourself judging other people or even judging yourself compared to other people. And it's that comparing that really has an internal reaction. It doesn't feel good to feel separate from other people. We're actually wired to seek belonging and acceptance. And so when we're leaning more towards that, it feels better. When we're judging and comparing and who's better, who's worse, whether it's I'm better or I'm worse, it tends to make us feel separate, and that doesn't feel so good to us on the inside. So that's one way to notice that judging is there, and it just generally isn't a good feeling. So what can we do about that? It doesn't feel good. It makes us feel separate from people. We are reactionary instead of being able to make decisions from wise places. So getting to this place of non-judgment can take some practice and noticing our mind and how it's responding or reacting to different situations, whether it's we're noticing something physical in us, like some pain, and we judge it as bad or it shouldn't be there. That's fighting reality. So we're judging it. We're fighting reality. And what we can try to do instead is notice with observing and describing. And when we're describing, we're not using judgmental words like right, wrong, good or bad, should or shouldn't be there. It's just more of describing it as if we were trying to let somebody else know our experience, or even seeing something through a video camera, like you're seeing me through a video camera. And so we might try something like observing that the pain is there, observing what part of our body it's in, and then describing it it's sharp, it's dull, it's throbbing, whatever it might be. Or if we're judging somebody else, we can try to switch to observing and noticing facts. So that's the hallmark here of reducing that judgmental thinking, is coming back to facts, observing and describing using facts. So that's what we can try, whether we're judging ourselves, we're judging other people, judging them as good or bad, situations that we're in or experiences that we're having. If we're finding that judgmental tone to our thoughts and we're observing that in our thoughts, we can try to lean into facts and see how that impacts us. Again, studying that too, studying our own mind when we lean into facts instead of judgments. How does that impact our next step? How does that impact our next thought? How does that impact our next emotion or decision? And hopefully what you'll find, but this is up to you to do your own experimenting, but so I'll just say what I found for myself is that the more I'm leaning into non-judgment, the more I'm making decisions that actually feel good to me and I feel at peace with. I'm not later regretting my decision or feeling bad or guilty for thinking mean things or even mean things about myself. I hope that that is something that you can take with you into your daily practice, not just, something that you hear once and throw away for some other time. This is a daily practice that you can use, is observing and describing using facts instead of those quick judgmental thoughts that are reactionary. If you have any questions, get a hold of me through Facebook or the email or my website, whatever you want to do. And I'm happy to talk and make conversation about these topics and answer further questions. And if you have any more questions that you want for a Q&A like this one today, send those to me as well. I am always looking for answers that I can send out to you guys to help with your own personal journey to your happiest self. So until next time, have a great day and take care. Bye, guys.